Hey, everybody, welcome to Luck of the Draw. We are super excited to have you guys here. Not going to do a long intro, just wanted to say thank you so much for coming out. If you get the chance to play with Eric or Paige, throw your best shot. If you throw a bad one, well, we may needle you a little bit, but we're just out here to have a good time. So with that said, my name is Robert. I'm gonna be our tour guide today, and I'll be just saying some stuff. So, all right. Let's, hey, what's up?
Unfazed.
Nice hair.
Woo!
It's not long enough. I'm no James. I wish I was. All right, so, Tina, you ready to draw? Hole one. Yeah, I don't know if you guys know the background of this, but I'm pretty sure Eric is 0-2 in Luck of the Draws against Paige Pierce.
Yep.
Don't want to make a big deal out of it, but definitely let him hear about that. All right, let's move on.
I'm gonna need you guys to carry me.
Yes.
Let's get there.
All right, first name out of the box today.
Put me in the water. Bury me too.
Cynthia. Ba, 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 ba.
David, Craig.
David, where you at?
Where you at? Let's go.
All right. All right. Four-time world champ and two-time Luck of the Draw world champ has the box here.
Absolutely.
Should I get my commentator voice on like this? We got a pretty windy situation here on hole one.
Do not throw it safe.
Lots of wind coming off the player's right shoulder, so they're gonna have to play this nice and safe over the fence. Paige Pierce goes bio defender, just gets over the fence. Alas, her defender has met a baseball-y, watery grave. Cynthia is absolutely gonna have to put the team on her back here. Removing jewelry, as is the standard for all disc golfers before throwing. Cynthia with a monster rip over the fence. You're gonna love it because it's safe.
Dude, throw your shot.
She also exploded some pollen on the way, which is pretty great.
David. All right.
Next to tee is Eric's last hope, David. Oh, you love it. Just nice and safe. Opens the door for Eric to be aggressive. Great shot by David. Eric Oakley lining up a hyzer over the fence with Mango Enforcer here. Hey, make sure and get out of the way of the shot for the cameras, you know, after you throw it. Not now is fine.
No way.
Eric absolutely puts a crush on it, but gets slammed. That's going to be swimming with the fishes along with Paige's. Let's get it going. Eric's terrible shot in the tailwind actually got safe over there, so they're going to have a little bit shorter shot for their birdie. Paige pitching up. I think that was with a Marshall right there. It looks like that's going to put them 25 feet or so. Paige instructing Cynthia to make it, girl. Her words, not mine. Little too much hyzer on that one, but that's going to be plenty fine. Short putt.
Let's go, partner.
Eric's drive somehow defied the laws of physics and got over the fence. They don't really know how it happened. I'm probably going to call foul. Seems unlikely. But David's putt is under the basket. This is Eric for two.
Good layup.
Not very advisable to lay up when your partner is actually close to the basket there. Somebody's going to want to tell Eric that. Cynthia and Paige, a little bit shorter than they wanted to be. Maybe 18 feet or so. Cynthia just a bit low there. And Paige Pierce for the par and to push the hole. Ooh, that's not a favorable wind. Eric takes the early lead. I would assume that's a bit of sympathy, maybe even pity from the champ here. David puts in for David and Eric. They're going to take hole one. Let's move on.
Yeah, we did.
On to hole two. Eric takes the early lead. I'm still not positive that drive actually cleared the fence, but
How did that happen?
we're going to let it ride this time.
Yeah.
So what felt like a crosswind on hole 1 was actually a tailwind. So now that we're on hole 2, throwing basically perpendicular to hole 1, this is what feels like almost a dead right to left crosswind. That's going to open up the big right to left hyzer for our players here. Cash steps up with what looks like a Fusion Defender here. Great choice. Oh, and he absolutely rips it, but he's gotten the edge over just a bit.
Hey, man, that's
It's okay.
safe,
It's
so-
just fine.
It looked like it was,
Yeah, easy.
I think it was a defender, right? Not positive.
Eric's choosing the disc that defies all logic for his shot here. Considering the forehand to fight the wind, I think he's going to go big hyzer.
Fluff this one.
Already got some razzing coming from the gallery. I like it, obviously.
It's getting windier. You should hurry.
That right to left crosswind turned into a bit of headwind here, so not as easy a shot as before. Eric gets a couple of bad air bounces and a lot of oohs and ahs, but really it's like, I think that was the end of people laughing at him. Like, ha ha, that's what it sounded like.
The most ridiculous air bounce in the world.
It's pretty rough. For Team Paige, here's Ryan. He's got a first run raider. Turns it outside the first tree, but not quite outside the second. This is a bio defender for Paige Pierce. Paige takes it up the middle. Quite a bit of hyzer, but she wins CTP being approximately 150 feet from the basket. Always looking at the bright side.
Down it, but we'll go ahead. No, we'll go ahead. No, it's fine. Down it.
We got a little bit of bantering about who's out here. Paige says they're inside circle 2. I'm not 100% sure that they are inside circle 2. We'll find out shortly though, as we got Cash stepping up to the lie here. He's got quite a few bushes to contend with on the way to the basket. This is more of a play for 3, I would think. It's a smooth forehand just over the top. Get some oohs and ahs from the crowd that sounded less like laughs and more like awe. Well done. Eric just said to get this to the basket, he's going to have to throw it to the moon. If that's not an overpromise and underdeliver, I've never seen one. Ryan steps up for the forehand approach. Smooth forehand approach, a little bit left and long of the basket. Paige Pierce with a long jump put. That's going to be just fine, though. That's a 10-footer, 4 par. Looks like Eric and Cash have a little bit of a tester left here. On a normal day, this is automatic for, I think, probably both of these guys, but with the wind as it is right now, definitely a difficult putt. It's Cash from 18 feet. And that's just a bit low. Got the nose down a little in that headwind, and it did not let the putter up at all. Oakley to save par and have the hole. He converts. Well done. Here's Ryan from 10 feet, but he just jams it in there, no care. Well done, Ryan. So we got a golden ticket winner and then someone who found a golden egg. What's your name?
Tracy.
Tracy, thank you, ma'am. Eric Oakley's team up by 1. Matt steps to the tee. This looks like a Fusion Raider. And that is a smooth line, needing it to finish left.
Marry me.
Great shot there. But this is a very difficult win for this right-hand hyzer. Oakley has absolutely put the perfect angle on this. Just needs a skip, just needs an ace. Oh my goodness, almost runs it in the basket. That's a beaut, my friend. Well done. You know that no putt is safe today because of the wind, so they may still have some work to do, but great tee shot by Eric. Tracy puts a move on it. That's well played with that crosswind. The golden egg finder. I think there was something about that in Harry Potter. That sounds like something that would be, I'm not sure. Here's Paige Pierce. Paige goes Lucid X Felon. She needs that to get through the branches, just catches a couple. They'll have some cleanup work to do while Eric and his partner are close. Got maybe 90 or 100 feet to the basket here for Tracy and Paige. After taking Tracy's drive, a great pull by her. Here she is to approach. Oh, and that's a clean shot. That's absolutely given Paige Pierce the green light to be aggressive on this putt. Left to right headwind coming at her. Just switch to the Marshall so that she can be aggressive. Aggressive she was, just maybe if the basket was in a different place. Eric's drive looked absolutely parked from the tee, but they've gone a bit long. With a head right to left wind coming at him. This is, it may even be 35 feet. This is no easy putt. And Matt with a great run. Catches the headband. That's just fine. That'll give Eric the green light to be aggressive on this putt for their birdie after that magnificent drive. Bit of a lull in the wind is perfect for Oakley here. He does not take advantage of it, leaves it a bit short. We're going to be having this hole as well. And that's a great solo par by Tracy. On to hole 4. Tina looking for a bit of a windshield so the tickets don't fly away. Expert move on her part.
You're first. Sorry.
Eric still with a 1-hole lead is going to draw first from the box. Neil and Jennings ready to attack quite possibly the most difficult disc golf hole in the entire world.
Definitely an important.
Measuring in at 365 feet, playing an effective 600 feet because of the headwind here. That's not what you want, just in general. If you can tell how windy it is, look how windy it is, man. I work hard for this. Paige Pierce throwing grass in my face like a real jerk. Eric getting in on the action as well. Little do they know they're both off the team. Jennings with a big wind up, but just a bit low release. That's all right. The glasses absolutely make up for the low shot.
Give you some opportunities to make up for it.
Eric's pulled Lucid Enforcer.
We're gonna show James up with that run up. Did you see him? Did you see him lining it up right there?
The wind picks up just as Oakley starts to throw. He murks that Enforcer. That's a great flight. Going to be down to the left. The whole time? Going to be down to the left of the basket, but not a bad shot. Might have a little bit of tree cover from the wind down there, so good spot. Here's Neil to try and get Paige Pierce on the board. Neil with a big wind up and a great flight. Takes a tree branch, but that's an excellent flight by Neil. Seems that Eric Oakley has some sort of control over the wind as we see almost no wind while Eric is throwing and a lot of wind while Paige Pierce is throwing. Interesting play.
Hey, hold on, Paige. What's up? You good? All right, let's let this wind die down.
Probably about a 30-mile-an-hour gust. Just died to about 20, and that's Paige's cue to throw. She has piped to the line down the right side. Needs a bit of a skip, but that is a fantastic shot. Much closer to the basket than I think most people would be. especially us. We get a good look at Paige Pierce's drive, which is settled within 15 feet of the basket. Super cool story about Paige's partner, Neil. His name got called a couple of times at Luck of the Draw last year, but he got locked out of his car and was unable to attend. So he was like, man, I don't know if I want to buy some tickets, but he just went ahead and bought them this year. Gets pulled on the 4th hole. His partner puts it super close after he gives her the green light. Today we spell redemption, N-E-I-L. Here's Eric Oakley from outside the bushes, 40 feet or so. That's a good flight from Eric, but nearly an impossible putt to make. Hey, do you guys want to make your putt?
Yes.
Okay.
You go for it.
You can do it. Neil is locked out no more. Converts the birdie for Team Pierce and Neil, and levels the match between Pierce and Oakley. You'll love to see it. You'll love to see it. Team Pierce levels the playing field as we move on to hole 5. Now, under normal circumstances, hole 4 is, I wouldn't say it's a super difficult hole, just kind of a regular hole. Normal circumstances, hole 5 is an extremely difficult hole, but today with the wind and the right pin placement, extremely difficult hole. 3 will absolutely win this hole, no doubt about it. I'm going to call it right now. We will see no 2s on this hole. I'm not really going out on a limb on that one. It's nearly impossible to reach. Cash goes with a Special Edition Explorer here, one of my personal favorites. Goal is just to be safe.
Great throw, dude. No!
And safe he is, just barely in bounds, but anything safe is good. You can get up and down from there for a 3. Paige Pierce going with her Team Series Lucid X Convict. If you haven't seen these already, come on, man. They're so good.
It's all out of bounds. It's all out of bounds.
And Paige absolutely guts this shot. That is so perfect. Beautifully played by Paige Pierce. That's going to leave her approximately 100 or 110 from the basket. That's about as good of a drive as you can really throw here. That's an incredible shot. Sorry, Paige just heard me say that. Average shot. Let's roll it back.
Stay right there.
Oh, and it just slides out of bounds. Unlucky there.
You got robbed.
3 good shots headed toward the correct portion of this hole. See if we can make it 4 with Eric Oakley here. I believe this is a felon for him. Oakley's felon is just low, gets a crazy skip, needs it to stay in bounds. It looks like it has stayed in bounds in the unlikeliest of fashions. Kind of like Eric Oakley, the unlikeliest of fashions. An unfortunate turn of events, Eric's drive has also slid out of bounds, so they'll be headed to the drop zone here.
You really did. It was just smooth. You just got a nasty kick. If it stayed up a little bit longer, it would have been mud.
Eric giving his partner Cherish some encouragement, which is well deserved. She threw a good shot that just kind of got smacked by the wind and stayed out of bounds. So this is a extremely demanding shot to get all the way over to the basket.
To the right, so anything in play is going to be good here for us. Yeah, from here. Just keep that.
Cherish pulls the same disc that she pulled on the tee shot. I'm not sure what that was, but she decides to pull Oakley felon here, and Oakley's never going to talk her out of that. And she smashes it, just catches that tree, but kicks out to the left. They should have an opportunity to get up and down from that shot. If I know Eric, he's going to try and get a little wild with a forehand here. This looks like a Fusion Raider. This is going to take every bit of left to right movement to get anywhere close to the basket. Oh, and Oakley's put an incredibly good move on it. all the way around the corner, catches a tree, but that's put him inside putting range. That is extremely well executed, very technical shot. Now that we get closer to the basket, we see Oakley's approach has landed within 25 feet. Absolutely incredible shot from that spot, but ultimately it's likely that that will be all for naught as Paige Pierce has driven within 140 feet of the basket. This will likely just be a jump putt to secure their three and to take the hole and the lead. Pierce with a smart play, just putting it close to the basket, making Eric's drop zone shot totally irrelevant. You love to see it. Cash to put the icing on the cake for the birdie too.
Stay up, stay up.
He's given it the height, just doesn't quite get it far enough to the right. That will not matter one bit. Eric and Cherish move up to their shot. This is to save 4. And that is well done by Cherish. I cannot reiterate how great that second shot from the drop zone was by Oakley there. But ultimately, Paige Pierce has no sentimental bones in her body and says, I'm just going to take the 3 and the lead. I don't care about how good your shot was. Her words. Easy money for cash. Pun absolutely never intended as we finish hole 5 and move over to incredibly difficult hole 6. Time to draw for partners on hole 6. Paige Pierce's team takes the lead. She asks somewhat impolitely if that happened. Hole 6 measures in at 335 feet. It's under a tree that obstructs nearly every type of shot that you could really throw to get there. We recently lost a tree on the right side of this hole, and that's opened up kind of a flex shot the right side of the on the fairway. I expect we'll see maybe a big forehand from Oakley just to try and get it all the way up the gap, and I bet we'll see the flex shot out of Paige Pierce. Jeremy smooths the right side gap. That is an incredible shot. That's going to give them 80 or 90 feet to the basket. Guaranteed 3, long look at a 2. Paige Pierce ecstatic with her partner's throw.
Give me the green light.
With my ears.
Yes.
Paige switches up to a Lucid X Felon, playing the flex shot on the right side. Oh, that's a beautiful line. She just needs it to finish left. She may have outdriven the basket a bit. That's beautiful, though. Definitely inside circle, too.
Carry me.
Next to throw will be Ryan. He's not appreciating the extra pressure that Oakley has put on his shoulders.
That'll play, dude.
Ryan with a clean release. That's going to get them out into the field. Pretty easy 3. Looks like Eric doesn't like the backhand. He's looking at either a forced over Anheuser or a roller. Believe it or not, this is a Felon roller from Oakley. Playing the cut roller, almost gets around the corner, but just gets caught up by some trees. Eric says it was really obnoxiously good. We think the first half was correct. Eric hyping up teammate Ryan, saying it's there. Now that we've arrived behind the lie, we can see that there is an opening. It's just very low. Ryan playing nice and safe, putting his team inside the circle. Oakley's got wind coming off his left shoulder, so any hyzer on this putt is going to shove it to the ground. This has to be nose up and super spinny. He's gone with a justice here. You can see as soon as that wing turned down, it just got slammed, but that's an easy 3 for those guys. Put the pressure on Paige and Jeremy to convert.
Ooh, that was a justice. I putt hard.
Jeremy and Paige Pierce arrive at Paige's drive. This is 45 or 50 feet. Very good look at birdie. Jeremy with a nice flight, but that's gone a little bit past the basket. That's no gimme for 3.
We are outdoors, yes.
Paige into a headwind. Just turns it a bit. Looks like we'll have some cleanup for threes here. Paige is going to allow Jeremy to clean up their par 3 here. Looks like he's got a Warden in hand, obviously an excellent choice. Oh, and he just catches the rim. Short putt left here for Paige Pierce. And that's a good putt for Paige as they convert on their 3, maintain a 1-hole lead over Team Oakley. Ryan moving in to clean up Eric's justice putt here.
Yeah, Ryan, all right.
The hole is halved. Team Paige Pierce maintains a 1-throw lead. Hole 7, we've had the play of a golden egg, an Easter-themed spin on the golden ticket.
Cynthia!
So Bob plays the golden egg and chooses Eric Oakley, and Cynthia is pulled by Paige Pierce. I need to make a quick correction. We are playing stroke play right now, so Team Paige Pierce is leading by 1 stroke right now. Cynthia Ricciardi smashes on her air trespass.
That's crazy.
A little bit short, but a nice forward move.
His tailwind is not letting anything fly. You're
And
good.
Paige Pierce has got a Lucid X verdict in her hand. Beautiful verdict.
Perfect.
She's got the height exactly right if the distance is there. Oh, and it is there. That's going to put her inside the circle, putting for 2. Well played in this very stiff tailwind. Bob throwing the Fusion Raider.
Nice shot, Bob.
That's Eric Oakley's Raider, actually, so a little bit of good mojo. Nice shot. Oakley stepping up with 2 non-Raiders. If I had to guess, they're probably felons. Take one out of Anthony's book and say, you can tell that it's a felon because it's a fairway driver in Eric's bag. He's opted for the Lucid X here. This is a beautiful line for Oakley. He needs that tailwind to drop it. Absolutely is. Nearly rings it up on the fly, then it once again off the tree. Hey, Eric. I was gonna ask him if that was good. Was it good though? Dude, look at this. Look at this tragedy. Come on, man.
What's your dude? I'm sorry.
Come on, man.
We want to see something worse.
Oh, you hate to see it. Matted down.
They're like Marv from Home Alone.
Pro tip, you're going to want to keep the hat on in situations like this. Here's Cynthia Ricciardi putting for 2 from Paige Pierce's drive. 28 feet. Cynthia pointing out that the object she hit is in fact a tree. They have a guaranteed 3. It's kind of difficult to tell from our perspective, but it does look like the tree in between Cynthia and Paige in the basket is obstructing a bit of their view. They do have a right to left headwind, which will help the putter to move to the left, but by no means an easy putt. Paige has never cared if a putt was easy in her entire life and jams it home, making Oakley's superhuman drive totally irrelevant. Both teams will take birdie 2s here. Team Paige Pierce will retain their 1-throw lead. Beautifully executed all around. On to hole 8, Ryan uses his golden ticket, chooses to play with Eric. He knows that Eric needs the support. He's down 1 throw as of right now. We move on to hole 8, the infamous Monkey Island hole. Drives must land safe inside the rock wall. Players have a lot more room to the left than they think, but from the tee, it's hard to judge that.
That's what he's thinking.
Cash's throw is very high. Needs that to travel.
Is that safe or not safe? OB?
We got some OB calls.
Wait, what?
Oh, okay.
OB, but not in the water.
OB, but not in the
Oh
water.
yeah.
I was like, I never heard of
I never heard. I call OB, but
We got an OB but safe call. Very confusing. Paige Pierce steps up with her Tina Oakley signature fusion suspect. We're gonna want to get a shot of that later on. And that slips out extremely early for Paige Pierce. Looks like she's going to be out of bounds as well. When I said that you had more room to the left than you think, I didn't mean quite that much room. So really, Ryan and Eric just need to land one safe, and they will automatically take a throw on this hole. Ryan's got a beautiful line on this disc.
Oh, heck yeah.
Beautifully played, well inside the circle. What do you know? It's a Fusion Raider doing good stuff. Oakley checking out a couple of options. Looks like he's gone with a felon yet again. Surprise of the century. Smooth flat release, tracking toward the basket. Needs a little skip to get parked, but he's inside the circle as well. Team Oakley and Ryan's actually in position to take 2 strokes off of Team Pierce. The drama's mounting. Oh, Randall Palmer with a snag. You love to see it. Getting Tina's face suspect back. Cash from the drop zone, trying to be a bit aggressive. Oh, that's a terrible lift, and that's ended up out of bounds yet again. It's going to be Paige Pierce for her 3rd throw. Trying to put this disc close to the basket. That's beautifully judged.
Just like that.
Looks like they'll likely lose 2 strokes, but no more. We got Tina's face. We got to get as many videos and pictures of this disc as possible. Paige is saying that a lot of people want to buy those discs of Tina's face. I'm going to go ahead and put that on our production schedule.
You might as well.
Ryan with the absolute park job. They're going to take 2. Paige and her partner, Cash, are under the basket. They get picked up, a courtesy pickup for 4. That's going to shift the momentum back in Eric Oakley's favor as he takes a 1-throw lead over Team Paige Pierce. We're about to head to some birdie holes, so I think we'll see if anyone's going to make a move. These next few holes will be the place that they can solidify their lead or gain back some ground.
Hey, you want me to put this in there? All right, we have another
Sure.
ticket, I believe. John Owen. Where are you at?
Got him. I actually slapped him kind of hard there, so I apologize. Oh, no, workers' comp. Chandler steps up to the box with a Lucid X disc. Chandler's gone with the Paige Burkus Lucid X Getaway. Throwing a line I've never seen in my entire life and absolutely pinned the basket.
Your entire life?
Some people call that a local route. I call that something that I will try and fail at a bunch of times. Eric has absolutely no pressure on his shoulder.
Be nimble, okay?
He's going to play the forehand here on the left side gap. It's a smooth release by Oakley, tracking toward the basket. Catches a tree on the left, but pay him no mind. The getaway's under the basket.
Yeah, you go.
Yeah, dude. It's working. You got a putt from either one.
Golden ticket user John goes with a convict here. Straight through the gap, giving themselves a good shot at up and down. Paige Pierce goes with a blend Marshall. Needs to move it just right. Catches the tree on the left. They'll have some scrambling to do to get there. Par 3. Paige and John are going to take John's drive here. Got a few bushes in their way, but Paige Pierce is going to attempt to float something over these bushes. using her Azuka cart to get a better perspective on where the basket is. That's a pro tip. But seriously, don't do that because you could fall. Paige has gotten a beautiful float on it. Just left of the basket. That's going to leave them 18, 20 feet. That's a great look. Here's John looking at a similar line just over the bushes. I love the floaty run. Comes up just a little bit short in that bush, but they've got a good look at par 3 from there. Eric and his partner Chandler are trying to decide which drive to take here. I'm standing right on top of Eric's felon, and if they decide to pick it up, so I'm just going to keep this forever.
Actually, that's the one I keep trying to take from him.
Turns out Eric's shot has gone, unfortunately, OB into Monkey Island. Good thing they chose Chandler's. I definitely didn't throw it there. Really interesting. Chandler's drive is a bit longer than we thought, 35 feet or so from the basket. Oh, that's a beautiful stab in the wind, just on the left side. And Oakley with a valiant effort, chain high, but just right. Gets a bit of applause. It seemed like sarcastic applause. I'm no expert on that, though. Here's John for his team's look at par 3. And that's a solid putt by John. John told me just now he's been playing for around a year and a half and drove 19 hours from North Carolina to get here for the GBO. We appreciate your commitment, John. We are excited that you're here. That's awesome. Chandler picks up his team's par, and we are done with our front 9. Team Oakley leading by 1 throw as we move on to some more birdie holes. Thank you guys so much for joining us for the front 9 luck of the draw here at the 2019 GBO. Join us again for the back 9 as we see some more spectacular action, probably some banter, maybe some trash talk, and some more excellent golf. If you haven't already subscribed to the Dynamic Disc channel, do it right now. Click that bell. Get some notifications for yourself. See you soon.